Oh shit. Nope. Leave meeting.
Don't you dare.
Fuck, I'm still here.
Hey, everybody. We are back with our time after time campaign. Boy, it's been a bit. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of a flashback or what we've done last time, just to kind of get you up to speed. They kind of completed their first jump, basically. They were able to destroy the Crestium mines, so the Royal Vizier of Verdonia could not make some of his Crestium golems to kind of take over the lands and pretty much screw up uh, kind of that magical crystal for everybody, because who knows where it would have went from there. Kingdoms could have fought for it for centuries, that kind of thing, but they were able to save a lot of lives, I think, from that happening, but who knows at that point. um they were able to find out who they are, so they know who they are now. They were also able to find out that a couple of the characters, mainly Tamrin, Belzarin, and Toda, thought they were volunteering for this little experiment, this little travel experiment, but uh, are questioning that. Belzarin and Tamrin, in particular, finding out that they were kind of like kidnapped, basically, to take part in this program, and Toda is kind of had this weird like vision of his past, but like not feeling like he's volunteering for this uh, experimental time travel thing. Cam also found out that he is head of security for this time travel experiment that's happening in the company that he works for, and that he is tasked with keeping all of these people safe, or all these characters safe. And I don't know if Cam wonders why he was put in that position, but we'll kind of find out there. Um, After figuring out that they were able to do the right thing for that jump, they've jumped into another scenario where they saw this old gnome that looked curiously like. Wait, what? What did I say? Curiously. Yeah, you know what? Someday I'll go back to school and figure out what English is.
Listen,
Um,
You
precariously
just
is the best.
Yeah, I like it.
you just mashed together peculiar and curiously.
You did it.
yeah, it
I
was
mean,
weird. It's
You
very
did
weird,
it.
and
you
it almost
succeeded.
sounded like I was running by Curious along too, and I don't really know how Toda swings, but whatever. He's a kid. We
Just
can
mash them together. That's English. I'm gonna
That's
start
Precariously,
using that.
I know,
that's true.
Yeah, me
precariously is
too.
great.
I like it.
I'm gonna TM that right now, so then only we can use that. Because if I
Ah.
see it in a fucking fantasy book, I'm gonna be pissed because I came up with that one on accident, but on
Every
purpose.
time we use it, we owe Kurt a nickel.
Nickel. Yep.
Yes.
Shit. All right. Well, I got a
Uh,
shitload of dimes over here.
you just
So
owe me a backstory. That's even worse. Okay, so so yeah, so they're all at a campfire with this person this gnome that looks curiously like Toda, and yeah, let's get into it. But before he's kind of telling a story at the fire, and but before you guys can kind of listen in, it's almost like when you are watching like say us as people are watching something on television, and it's like something comes into view, almost like when those old TVs you could kind of put like a picture in picture or whatever, and you're like, oh, that's kind of neat, but also, what the fuck do you need that for? Why don't you just watch one thing? But I suppose we all kind of watch like one thing and then are on our phones anyways, but who cares? So anyway,
sports, man. You
and
got to watch all the games all the time,
yes,
all at once. Yeah.
exactly. I'm a nerd. I don't know about sports, but
Don't you
anyway,
dare
so
not watch sports.
just kidding. So you have this weird, like, it almost looks like a box that is a picture, and it has quips on it, and he like is in this screen, and he's like, "Hello, friends."
Uh, Bill Zarin looks around. Where are we? What's all this?
He says, you are in the land of Phasphorium. Fesfor. Oh, F-O. Wait a minute, hold on. I had it written down and I have it in my phone, but my phone's not here. I put it in the other one. Fesforium. That's it. Wait. Fes. Yeah, Phasphorium.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Sorry. And he says, you are here at the time of. Give me a second. I have this stuff written down, but of course I'm not at the right spot. You are at the time of the founding, before magic was bequeathed to billions of creatures. Back in this time, magic was only known to be in certain spots, and only a select few had magic. And there were certain points in time during the founding where magic was spread beyond the lands. And you are right in the cusp of hopefully what will be the founding of magic. Isn't that exciting?
I think I've actually read about this before.
Can you do your magic, Tota, Tamarin? Do you guys?
That was her immediate thought and concern.
Yeah.
She's like, so when you say magic was not bequeathed yet to all, that means that we can't do magic right now?
No, you can do magic. The people whose bodies you're in cannot do the magic. So I would suggest to maybe be careful if you decide to use your magics, because that might stir some controversy or some some people that might want to steal it from you. Because
And Tota has already thrown 2 balls up in the air, and you start seeing the disco lights and the.
Tota, hide your balls.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So we're here at the founding of magic. Why? What are we doing here? What's happening? Who am I? We're here again, aren't we? It's again.
And Quips goes, okay, that's a lot of questions. Let me see if I can get those in order. So, number 1, why are you here? You are here to help Quaff with. Oh God, I'm never gonna be able to get this last name. I hate it. Why could you just be like Johnson or something? Okay.
Quaff Johnson.
Yes. Quaff Johnson. No. He says, you're supposed to help Quaff Wishwidget not die from releasing magic unto the world.
Do I know that name?
Roll me a history check.
I have my dice out.
And you know what? I'm gonna have you roll with advantage because you are related.
Sure.
Well, he's looking for.
What do you think? All gnomes are related?
I want to look.
Wish widgets, they better be.
All right, sure.
I want to look around the group. What do we all look like?
Okay.
I mean, we could do it after.
Actually, yes, please give me. Yeah, because I literally will tell you everything. I just give me some time.
That's not great. So that's a 8, 10, 11.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
I rolled very poorly.
You feel like you know, like you are related to him somehow, and you feel like you heard that he died a horrible death.
Oh, all right.
All right, to answer,
Quaff could
okay,
be
well,
like a
I'll just-
running name in the family. You know, it could have been
Yes,
any one of the
exactly.
Quaffs that
Yeah.
died a horrible
Exactly.
death.
Yeah.
Common name in the wish widget.
It is.
Exactly.
It really
Line.
is.
Yeah.
My great grandfather's
Fourth.
uncle's son was named Quaff.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Totally not this guy. Couldn't be.
It could not
No.
possibly be.
What are
no,
the
no.
odds of that?
Exactly. Exactly. Don't tell me the odds. Okay, so I'm gonna do this also in character.
Nice.
So Quips goes, "Oh, to answer your other question, I will tell you who you are. So, Tota, you are goth. But no questions about actual goth. I swear to God.
Oh,
You
that
do
Any
it.
works
spike
perfectly.
bracelets?
Yes,
How tall
exactly.
are my boots?
How about eye
Yes,
makeup? Is there a lot of
exactly.
eye
You have a-
shadow?
You have a Smashing Pumpkin 0 t-shirt on. You
Yes.
hate your mother to death. Okay.
I
so,
mean.
so he like even pulls up like a picture of who you are, so you don't have to like see yourselves in a puddle of water or whatever. We're not doing that thing
Okay.
anymore. I'm just gonna have you be shown who you are, that kind of thing. So Tota, you are a very handsome and rugged old elf with gorgeous long white hair, short clean-cut beard with stunning copper-colored eyes. You're dressed in regal elf garb with a crisp green shirt, black pants with a long green tunic emblazoned with gold trim, and a long red cape. Goth has been best friends with Quaff since they were very young. He carries a beautiful copper-colored longbow to match his eyes, and he's a dead shot with it. Tamrin, you are Mikla, an intense-looking dragon-born barbarian with sharp green skin. You are wearing rugged crimson leather armor and carrying a scimitar and jagged hand axe. Instead of scales on the back of your head like most dragonborn, you have wispy, sharp quills that almost look like hair sticking out of the back of your head. Mikla loves Quaff's stories and is following him so she can be a part of a great story for many to tell of her courage and tenacity. Being left at the door of an orphanage, she's never fit in with anyone, but has always had a somewhat uncanny relationship with Quaff, always seeming to know what he is thinking. Cam, you are Zlat, an old dwarf scout who has led Quaff through almost all of his most famous adventures. Although Zlat will say that Quaff's stories are very embellished, and they're not as fantasized as Quaff may say so. You are dressed in a modest brown and deep orange light armor that feels so light you can't even tell that you're wearing it. Carrying 2 dangerously curved daggers and a cunning sense of direction, Zlat could maneuver most terrain. And Belzarin, your name is Peg. Peg is a gorgeous young centaur with long blonde hair and beautiful espresso skin with piercing green eyes. Wearing thick, hard armor around his body that makes him look more like half human, half rhino. He has a magically imbued obsidian lance that his people have passed down from generation to generation to the fiercest warrior in their clan.
Like I think you hear like 4 hoofs like clop 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 as he like stands up. He's like, "Oh shit!" You look down, you see your arms or whatever. And you're like, oh shit!"
Listen, I had tentacles coming out of my face last time,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
You'll be
no,
fine.
it's top half's. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is all right.
It's a good look. Very good look. You're pulling it off.
I mean, sure, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You got a lot shorter.
Just give you narrow eyes. Mm.
I do have to say, I'm not really used to seeing the world from this high up, and I'm not getting used to it.
I'm sorry, it may take some time getting used to, but you have a long trek ahead of you. It looks like you will be heading to the conduit where the source of all magic relays.
You just see like Tamarind holding out this like giant axe, like, what do I do with this thing?
So I'm going to take a little time out just to, so I know what this can be kind of confusing because again, we've got our characters that have certain abilities and stuff like that. And then we have these characters that you jumped into, that kind of thing. But we've kind of played it, and I think we'll continue to play it. Like, you still have your skills, you still have your weapons per se that
Mhm.
you can use and stuff like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of change it up. So anytime you guys roll a 20, instead of giving you a choice of having that that chit or whatever that you can use as a, you know, something for later as a bonus or whatever, when you also get a 20, you can like basically kind of absorb one of your character's abilities. So like if you are like, you know, what do I do with this hand axe? Well, now if you roll a 20, you can be proficient in axes. If if you are, you know, doing like, say like you're not a rogue character and you do something that a rogue does and you roll a 20, you can absorb like what is that? Like stealth or like what's that other
Become
ability
proficient
that
in the skill. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, exactly.
Uh, so my question would be then, so like if I was going to use the lance, obviously
Yes.
I'm not proficient in lance. I don't have any skill in lance. What am I using to attack with the lance?
Yep. So with that, so with a lance, you'd be using whatever a lance uses, and I think that is
Strength.
I think it is strength. Yes,
Yeah.
I can look
But-
that
but-
up quick.
I guess the question being then, do I get my full proficiency bonus? Like, is it right? Because if you're untrained or unskilled in the thing, then it's like, or at least it used to be like half your bonus. Or like, I don't like.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give any negative penalties for stuff like that just because I don't believe in that kind of stuff. Unless it pertains to the story. Let's just say like, you like this one is like, okay, so your lance is one of those that's passed down from generation to generation. And so maybe when throwing it, like whatever the magically imbued part is, you probably won't be able to use that unless you attune to it. So
Mhm.
that will probably be the thing that will be tough. But as far as like throwing it, I'm not going to make you like, have a disadvantage or take like half damage because you're not attuned to it.
Mhm.
I think that's just kind of a stupid penalty. I know a lot of GMs would probably would have that happen, but because my story is basically kind of turning your characters up on end, I don't want to like make it as hard as possible for you guys to actually do things. That's
Right.
stupid. So,
Okay.
and don't be afraid to ask. So like if there's something where you're like, okay, I don't know what to do here, like ask me. A lot of times most of you I've played with, like I'm pretty easygoing, like letting you do things, unless again the story is part of the, if you're like, okay, I want to throw this, lance through this guy's eye, and it's like, okay, that's a really kind of a called shot, so now we got to play with it there, as long as it's not too crazy. A lot of times I'll let it slide or I'll let it work, basically.
Okay.
I just blasted off my psychic whispers, so we can all speak to each other in our heads for like 6 hours.
Nice.
Nice.
And he quips like, just like, it's like when you're watching TV and like there's like a storm, it starts to kind of fuzz out. He's like, oh, these failures, they've really just get my gizzard. You know what I mean? I and then he's like starting to like fuzz out, and he's like, I'm sorry. I and then he fuzzes out.
He's got to get his shit together.
Um, so I think I look around and I say, I kind of narrow my eyes because I wouldn't know Cam's thing, right? We only know our own thing that we discovered.
Correct.
So I say, I have the suspicion, the feeling, when we came here, like when we woke up, I had the sense that I had been kidnapped, taken for use, and kind of waves his hands around this, whatever this is.
Oh, so you're saying that this isn't a voluntary venture for you?
It doesn't seem as if it is. I don't remember accruing any debt which would, indenture me to such service.
I
Can't
don't
say that I
remember
didn't, but
anything. You're a step ahead of me. Yeah, I don't remember anything. So we could all be indentured servants for all I know.
I'm pretty sure I was a hero that volunteered to help the world.
that's mighty noble of you, Toto.
Well, some of us have to make sacrifices.
What about you,
Uh-huh.
Ken?
Uh, I'm not sure why exactly I'm here, but probably for the same reasons you are.
Oh, I want to make an insight because I
If
know
I-
you're lying, but I don't know.
Look, that's not hey, it's not Cam's fault that I suck at it.
Make a performance check.
Yeah,
Give
I'm
me a
not
fast talk.
I'm not I'm not checking anybody because she doesn't have any reason to think anybody's lying to her.
Yep.
So
You have to do like a double check because my dwarf form is like wicked good at it. I have the stats right here. I'm really good at performance in my dwarf form.
deception.
Yes, deception I'm in.
So you're
No,
a dragonborn, you're an elf. Okay. Yep.
Dragonborn, elf, dwarf.
I mean, Cam, you're small enough. If you get tired, I could always, you know,
I might
If-
take
if-
you up on that.
if you want to. I don't know if it's not weird, right? I don't want it to be weird.
Kind of look. I like kind of looking back. It's I'm not really used to riding bareback, but maybe we'll see
I used to
can
be
get
in a
a-
centaur.
if I can get some sort of a saddle or something that might be useful.
Maybe I don't know. Is that a thing for centaurs? I don't know. That feels a little funny.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll find out. We'll find out.
We'll circle back around to that.
Yeah, I'll circle back around. We'll come back to it.
I'm pretty sure you just created a new category of fanfic right there.
Saddling a centaur.
Yeah.
It's not like a regular saddle. It's got
Oh,
the
God.
straps with the rings on it.
Yeah, that's gonna be like
I
some kind
don't.
of.
I want to Google centaur saddle, but I don't.
Oh, there's gonna be some stuff. Yeah, don't
Not
do it.
gonna- I'm
Stop.
not gonna.
Stop.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
It's
Don't do
gonna
this to yourself.
be some stuff. Sounds like a romance novel that I don't want to read.
They're
We're-
good
we're-
romance novels, though. Some are good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
we're stuck in these random bodies, and she's like looking down at her dragonborn self, like, a barbarian? Really? That was the best choice in this scenario. And she's just shaking her head.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to keep this guy going, and then she turns and she looks over at Quaff, I guess.
Hmm.
What is Quaff doing?
Well, funny that you should ask. So Quaff is telling all of his stories, and just as you think that he would be stopping for questions or for anything else, he breaks into another story.
He's just
So
talking.
there I was, nose to nose with a ferocious stalk-like bugbear, with razor wire teeth, and acid dripping from its gaping maw as it sneered at me and dared me to move. I knew right then and there that if I moved 1 centimeter, that the nasty beast would strike me dead. But I had a thought. I once heard from my great-granddad Moulin Wishwidget that some bugbears loved it when their ma would sing them a lullaby whenever they were irritated, lacked sleep, or were in a great amount of pain. I don't know the language of bugbear, but I do know my own. So I thought of the first song Mother Wishwidget would sing to me when I couldn't sleep. The world outside can be a little hasty. The world outside can be a little crass. The world outside can... well, let's try that again. The world outside will always get better. Pain and suffering will never ever last. I'm always here when you are down. I'll be here to erase that frown. Your light in that deep dark storm. Here to keep you safe and warm. And the bear bug's expression softened, its eyes glistening with tears of joy. Then it licked me oh so tenderly. Can you imagine it? Oh, it was grand.
Good. Yeah.
There's a little great story. Lovely story.
Licked by a bugbear.
That's
I'll kind of like wave the other 3 over, and I'll be like, okay, how about
we could just talk in our heads.
You can just speak in your
Toto.
head, Toto.
I know, but
We're,
it
we're-
sounds
we're
fun.
basically always mentally huddled.
Listen, I'm not usually able to be in the huddle. Well, I'm usually like in the middle of the huddle and not like actually part of it. I just wanted to. All right, fine.
Like, I can't bend down that far. I'm all the way up here.
Look
So
how
kind of
tall
like
he
gets
is.
down, knees down, kind of like half bends down.
All right, so I can't. There's a bunch of quaffs in my family. So I'm not sure if this is the exact one. But I'm pretty sure this guy dies like really badly.
Oh. Oh.
But here's the problem. So here's the thing I'm worrying. I'm kind of going over. So we were just told that we need to protect this guy, right?
Mhm.
But I remember him dying.
Well, but maybe it's not this guy though, right? You said Quaff
I
was a
guess.
common name, right? It could be a different Quaff.
I know 2 quaffs like now. And
How did he
another
die?
3
I have
that have
so
died
many-
already.
I have so many questions and we have no answers. For instance, who is it has decided that Quaff Wishwidget needs to live and not die? This seems like an important question to have answered. Like, who are we helping by keeping Quaff alive? I mean, Quaff seems fine and all. Good story, by the way. But I have questions. Like, why
I
are we doing
mean,
this?
we're stuck, right? If we don't help, like, do we stay in these bodies if we don't help? Do we still like stumble into some other realm?
I don't know.
I mean, it seems like we don't have a choice, really, right? I mean,
I'm not sure. We don't know.
we killed the shit out of those other guys and didn't really give it too much thought, right? So, like, if we're saving this guy, like, we're already like way ahead on the scale, right?
Wait a minute, what do we
Elzar,
do?
and that's not how that works. That is not how that works.
Eh,
I think we just need to make sure he gets to the conduit. Tota, how do you remember that Quaff died? If
Wait,
this is
did you
that
just
same
say that you
Quaff?
killed a bunch of guys?
hmm.
Oh,
No.
I think
Okay,
you
so all right,
misheard
yeah,
him. I think you misheard that.
all right. Sorry, yeah.
My eyes flick
It's-
over to Cam.
Must be these elf
Just-
ears.
just-
They hear it's weird. So no, I mean, I don't know, like maybe I don't know how he dies, or like if this isn't the god, maybe he's supposed to live.
Hmm.
Do you remember how he died?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
heard, I mean, it was pretty bad from what I understand. It was one of those kind of stories that, like, you're not allowed to be told until you're older.
Okay, like an adult, like an
Yeah, it's like when they're reading a book to you and they kind of skip over a few pages until, like, everything's like, it was kind of like that.
Hmm. So horrible death. Got it. Um, hmm. Well,
So that means like two things then maybe, right? Or at least two things on the table to start. So either like he unleashed the magic and the magic killed him, right? Like energy surge or whatever.
True, yeah.
Or there were people protecting the conduit to keep the magic for themselves and they killed him, right? I mean, it could be other things too, I guess, but like that's the first two things that pop into my head.
Well,
hmm.
I guess we kind of have to find out.
I mean, I think so.
So, I mean, what do we do? We just kind of follow him and until he gets into trouble and just make sure he. I mean, from the story he just told about the bugbear, he's been doing pretty good so far.
So Tyrion's gonna turn to Quaff and try and get a word in edgewise and be like, Quaff, Quaff, Quaff. What is your plan? What's our next step?
Well, Mikla, to get to the conduit, to be able to release this magic upon the world, we have to make our way through the most treacherous path, but one that will be worth it in the end to be able to bequeath all of this love and just amazingness on the world. Uh, we have to pass over the bridge of the forgotten, through the pool of knowledge, and then get to the conduit to be able to harness the energy and release it onto the world.
Do you know what awaits us at the conduit?
Alas, I do not. I do know that most people that have, well, actually everyone that has gone to the conduit has not come back alive. And I know that that is a very not a great thing, and I know that I only asked you to volunteer if you felt like you were up to the task. I am not forcing any of you to come on this adventure with me, but I feel like this is going to be my finest adventure yet, and I am proud to be able to spend it with all of you.
Oh yes, we are all in on this adventure. Uh Passing over the bridge of the forgotten. What is that? What's the bridge of the forgotten?
Well, the Bridge of the
Do you
Forgotten.
remember?
Why, yes, I do. The Bridge of the Forgotten. uh, the Bridge of the Forgotten is a rickety wood bridge that is very ancient. Heroes of the past, their souls reside there. Um, those are the heroes that have died protecting or um, doing something with valor and dying in battle. They
So
reside on this bridge.
there are undead on the bridge?
You could say that, yes. Ghosts,
Ghosts?
apparitions that, if they are able to best creatures in battle on that bridge, they are able to pass to the other side.
Hmm. All right. That seems problematic, but okay. So then you defeat the ghosts, pass over the bridge to the pool of what? What was that again?
The pool of knowledge.
Right. Which sounds lovely, delightful even. I would like to go for a dip, but what happens at the pool of knowledge?
From the stories I've read, that the goddess Ayuan resides there in her her I don't want to say human form, but what is it? It'd be like
Mortal.
Avatar.
Manifest
mortal
in
form.
her
Yes,
mortal
yes,
form.
yes, exactly. She resides in her mortal form, learning the ways of the world to um, to gain that knowledge and to continuously grow that knowledge so she can be the most powerful of goddesses.
So we need to garner her permission to
Yeah, so you need to
access.
garner her permission of passage.
Right. Just need a goddess's permission to pass this. Right. So we defeat an army of ghosts, get a
Who can only
goddess's.
pass on when they defeat us.
Yes. And then get a goddess's permission to, yeah, okay.
If we ask nice, it should be fine, right? I mean, why should she say no?
Just be polite.
I mean, she's studying, right? Like, we're not gonna
Right.
bother anybody.
No,
I feel like Belzarin, just on general principles, most people would just tell you no. Just gonna toss that out there.
Well, I mean, maybe
Mhm.
that's fair.
Maybe.
Now, so say you fight one of these like ghost warriors and you just like give them a hearty handshake and say, "You won, buddy." And then we both get to go on, like they get to go live and do things, and then we get to go on our way to the pool of knowledge.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty easy.
I don't think they mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, well, I suppose if you were to very charmingly discuss the terms of the fight, you could perhaps maybe talk them into that.
Maybe
That's
we
a
could do
good-
like some rock, paper, scissors or some thumb wrestling or something.
That's a good plan. You can distract them, and then Belzarin and I will sneak up behind them and kill them, so that we can.
No.
That's not what you-
No.
I mean,
No, I
they're
thought-
already
no.
dead, right?
I
I
thought
mean,
right. We could right. They are already dead.
but like an arm wrestling.
I mean, maybe
contest
like a
or
quiz,
something,
like
right?
best 2 out of 3 or something like that.
Right. Maybe it's like chess.
Oh, yeah.
Quaff looks at Toda and says, "Oh, my dear friend Goth. If it were only that easy, it only ends in one way, and it is death for you, for them, or for you. Because when you are in battle with these creatures, they see you as the adversary that bested them when they died in life. And so they
all
will
right.
not
So what you're
stop
saying is they're
until they
kind of
get their
motivated to win.
Correct. They're
That's
not motivated to lie and let you pass.
There's a lot at
That's a
stake
shame.
for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
For
I mean, it would
have
really
never
work
heard-
out for the best for both of us if we could just kind of go on and they could say we won and then head back to the mortal realm.
I don't think that's how heroes usually do it.
No, I mean, no, of course, me being a hero would absolutely know that. I just like to give them like the best chance they have, you know?
Of course.
yeah, it does seem a little bit of I don't know. what an odd way to spend your afterlife.
Probably don't have a choice.
Yes, I don't think that it is on them. I think that is their unfinished business, and they are unfortunately saddled with it.
You poor unfortunate souls.
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't seem fair at all.
No.
Well,
Life never is.
So if we get past there, maybe when we talk to Ayun, right? Like maybe she could talk to the Raven Queen and like she'd be like, hey, why don't you like let those guys go? Because that's kind of shitty, right? Like they're stuck there all the time and like they're killing a bunch of people. Like maybe let them go, right?
Mhm.
I will remind. I won't have anybody roll, or I won't have Leslie roll, but I will have Leslie remember, if she remembers, that Tamarin actually worships the god Ayuan.
She does remember that, and she is terrified at the thought of meeting the goddess that she actually worships.
Never meet your heroes.
Ever.
Terrified.
No pictures. Get away.
She's just like, this will go fine, I'm sure. I will in no way disappoint the deity that I spent most of my life worshiping. This is fine. It's
I'm
fine.
sure it'll be just fine. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't just make it up so it could. I made it up so it could just go so swimmingly.
It's so easy. Just easy.
Mhm, exactly. Exactly. That's how I plan all of my D&D adventures. Oh, so easy. Boy, why did we even play in the first place?
Yeah, she's pondering that. She's like, yeah, just gotta go chat with Ioun. This will no biggie. I don't I was raised in a monastery dedicated to Ioun.
Old friends.
Oh, we got an inn. Perfect.
It's fine. That's gonna be a breeze.
I don't know that it works that way, but Ioun is a mysterious goddess who cares the most about disseminating knowledge and learning and yeah.
Are you saying this in everyone's head, or are you saying this out loud?
In everyone's head.
Okay. All right.
Listen, I don't mean to belittle this place at all, but between the bridge with the undead soldiers who won't just be nice and come to a formal verbal agreement, and then this goddess that you worship, that in theory, if you should walk up and be like, hey, I'm a big fan, like that should be awesome, but you're making it sound like she might not do, like, I don't think I like this place all that much.
I'm just saying there might be some tests involved. Maybe we need to like think about gifts.
Well, I mean, a test. I'm great at taking tests.
Also gifts and
Oh.
tests.
I can find something, I bet.
Well, gifts of learning. So what have you learned that you would share that you would think the goddess would want to know?
I mean, so he'll like take out, he like reaches into his pouch. He like turns the backpack around and he takes out this like thick, like 7-inch thick leather bound tome. And he's like, I mean, I have this, but I kind of need it to like do all my stuff. It's kind of got a bunch of my magic things written down in it.
Yeah, I I don't know what she will do. These are pure suppositions. I just, you know, wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up. And also, this is somewhat terrifying.
Yeah, it's starting to not look great, honestly.
I mean, sure, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. Listen, it's fine. We've got this.
We dealt with our first challenge very well. I we'll take this one step at a time.
But I
We'll
have
get to this.
questions. Again,
There's a lot of I
how
know
many
there's a
times
lot
are we
of
gonna do
questions.
this? How many times are we gonna do this, Cam? Like,
Well, let's try. Let's try this. Let's try and keep some of these in mind for the next time. Quips enters our vision, and we'll see if he has anything else to give us that isn't just our intended mission. But I just
damn it. Cam, I have scales. Look, I
we-
have scales. I have
know, I
pointy things
know.
on my head.
but you're
I-
pulling them off. You look great.
I don't feel very comfortable. Also, what is with I feel a little violent too, like unusually violent.
Right,
And
like you could just fly off the handle at any
just
moment. Yeah.
at any moment that's not like me. That's not like me at
No,
all. I
it
mean,
isn't,
have you
and-
seen this weapon?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good weapon.
I think I might hurt myself.
No, just hold it
I
by
don't
the
think
handle.
I've ever seen an axe with two sides to it. It looks pretty like useless. That like I mean, when you could come back and hit yourself.
Just keep it in front of you and don't just go over the top and you'll be fine.
I don't like this.
I know it's not none of this is fair or right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very disturbed. Belzarin has 4 legs. I mean,
He does. He looks great too. You all look
Clunk,
great.
clunk, clunk,
do you have cud? I'm just very curious. Do you have multiple stomachs? I wonder
I
what your
don't- I mean,
digestion's
I don't
like.
have
Are
any
you just
cud.
gonna like poop
God.
randomly?
Yeah,
do we have
to
I
pick it
guess.
up? What are the pickup poop laws around here in this place? What's it
Look,
called
I can't
again?
be charged for that. I've never been half a horse before. That's not like if poop happens, it happens.
There's a lot of logistics here. I'm very confused. What do you eat? Are you vegetarian now?
Well, I'm not really hungry right now. I don't know. Like I'm a half a person, so I probably eat meat. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be
that could
bad.
sound
I guess
good.
we'll find out, right? I mean,
Yeah, I think you probably just
Which
eat what you-
side has the stomach?
he starts like feeling around. He's like, well, a person, his stomach would be here, but like I kind of feel like it's down, it would be, I'm not really sure.
It's okay,
Hey, Quaff, do you know anything about centaurs?
Quaff like stares at you like really like quizzingly. He's just like,
Just to humor me
Peg.
for a minute.
Peg.
It's
Peg.
been a weird night.
I don't understand. Why are you quizzing me right now? I don't understand.
Well, that's not for you. It's for me. Like I don't know. It's just a weird.
I know centaurs. You are a centaur. We are friends.
Yeah, no, yeah. For a long
Right.
time,
Yeah, we're all
gonna
friends.
do this whole
Let's
thing.
remember that.
together.
We all know each other. We've known each other for
Okay.
a long time.
Okay, well, I'm very confused. What's your question?
I don't.
Where's
I
his
mean-
stomach?
Oh, so now you're asking the question. Okay. Goth, I thought you knew this already, but centaurs have 2 stomachs, of course. A human stomach and a horse stomach. They do twice the work, so they can eat twice as much.
I am pretty big. See a lot of energy, right?
Yeah.
That does make sense. Yeah.
Right, that calorie. You have to get a lot
It
of
is quite the
calories in
quandary,
there.
though, that you love meat and also vegetables. It's a weird quandary.
Well, you have to have a balanced diet.
right? Yeah, exactly. See, he gets it.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. I mean, you have to balance your stomachs. You have to balance your diet. You have to balance yourself. Just makes sense.
You have to balance your humors.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Quad, I have a question. So, why do you want to release magic? Just to share the glory and wonder with the world?
Yes, exactly. It's it's not so much for me, it's for everyone else. I actually do know a little magic, being a widget myself, and I feel that the world would just be much more better with everyone having it. You could cure disease, you could help grow crops.
Who do you
There's
worship?
lots of things you can do. I'm sorry.
Who do you worship? Have we ever talked about religion? I forget. You know how forgetful
You
I
know,
can be.
unfortunately, I don't worship anyone.
Mm.
Does that scare you?
No, not at all. So we're supposed to speak to Ayun. What do you know about Ayun? Have you ever
Mm.
studied?
I've read many a textbooks about her, and she definitely definitely is about knowledge. She wants to learn more. She's not an evil goddess. She's not a uh particularly good goddess. She's like right down the center almost. She really she just wants to learn everything about the world, and she also loves sharing it with the world as well. So, to tell you the truth,
You would think
when
she
we
would
go
want
to
to.
see her, I don't know if she'll be a benevolent goddess or not.
One would think she would want to share the experience and knowledge of magic with everyone, right? Like, just expand horizons.
Yes, well, maybe she's still learning about it. Maybe now that maybe now she's that close to the conduit, maybe she's trying to figure out how to share it with the world. Maybe us on our adventure is her telling us to come. Who's to say?
Who's to say? Are you worried at all about, dangers?
You know, I will tell you, I've been through a lot of different adventures. I've seen a lot. Am I worried? No. I I know that one day I will be bested in battle. That one day I will be but a speck of dust in this world, but I feel that if you don't take the chances and live your life to its fullest, then you're just going to be in the same old town day in and day out.
Hmm.
Well, Quaff, do you know what we have to do or what you have to do when we get to the conduit in order to release the magic? And is it something
Well,
that you can share with us?
I have read many a book that has told that one has to be one with the conduit to be able to harness that energy. I have worked with a lot of different magics myself, whether it be fire or ice or the power of healing. And I feel like I've mastered a lot of those magics. And I feel like I can help harness that conduit to be able to help it release the magic upon the world.
All right. So
But-
you don't have like a technical like approach. You're just gonna go attuned to it and we're gonna see what happens.
He says, I do have a ritual that I will perform that will help in that with the different magics that I have imbued within me.
But you're I mean, is your plan your plan is not to sacrifice yourself, is it?
Oh no. No. There's talk of not to sacrifice, but of a channeling of sorts. It may bring me to the brink. Yes. I am for certain. If this conduit is as powerful as it is forsaken, but or foretold. But I am willing to give up, even if I have to give up all the magic that I have within me. I will do so to help for it to come to fruition for the world.
Okay, because we don't want anything to happen to you or anything, really, like we want to, like, because we're a team, like we're doing stuff, we're a team together, right? So we got to make
Oh.
sure that you're going to be okay.
Oh, Peg, I am very fond of you as well. I will not be going anywhere this day or any day after. I feel, if at least I, I feel like it's very opposite of what I just said, but not that long ago. But I feel it in my bones that something very special is going to happen, and I am glad that you are here with me. And he like slaps you on the like not on the butt, not like you're thinking. He like slaps on the horse part, kind of on like the where like one of the legs is, or whatever. He just gives it like a nice
Haunch.
warm pat.
On a,
Yes,
on a haunch. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Well, we're glad to be here. Did you have any plan? Like, when did you want to set out?
And he like gives you like this weird like look. He's like, we've already set out, young Peg. We are but a day's journey from the bridge
bridge.
of the forgotten. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm all in my other stories that I forgot where we were going.
yeah, no, you were spinning such a good tale. I forgot we were almost there. It's almost like being back home again.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's been quite the journey. We've been through many a town, many a city to get here, but feels like spirits are up. I am very excited to see what lies ahead. And speaking of that, we should probably all get a very good rest before the morn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and stretch my legs real quick. Maybe, do a couple of quick laps and I'll just take a look outside, make sure everything's
course.
cool.
I meant that as at your own leisure. I didn't mean like I say whatever I say goes, and you do however you feel, and take your rest when you can get it.
Yeah, of course. And I'm gonna grab my obsidian lance and walk outside.
Yeah, yeah. For
Unless
sure.
we're
So you, like you're
sitting in a cusp of trees this whole time, and he's just like, we are outside, dummy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. You just kind of go outside of the camp and just kind of take a perusal. Yeah.
I want to see how well coordinated I am in this body. Right? Like I trust the body to know what it's supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Because the body knows the body. Like, we're just like the brain part, essentially, I guess.
Yeah.
Test
Yeah,
drive.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So why don't you roll me a dex roll? Just get better than a 10, and
All
we'll
right.
see. Well, we'll just kind of describe what happens.
I got a 16.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
you
actually,
you
I got a dirty
Go
20
ahead.
because it's +4.
Oh, nice. Well, tell me, how do you get used to this centaur body?
So I think, like he cautiously kind of like, clip clop, kind of gets himself moving. He doesn't want to like stumble, trip, fall and, in front of everybody. And then when he kind of gets out of eyesight, because he's carrying a lance over his shoulder, like he puts down, like, leans it against a tree so it's like easily accessible, and he kind of like, he goes to like crouch down like he's gonna sprint, but then realizes, like, I'm half a horse, so like that's not gonna work. And he's like, all right, and shakes it out. He's like, all right, give it a whirl. And he just kind of, tries to relax himself a little bit, and then, just like go. Like, like, he doesn't say anything out loud, but like he just, like if I'm just gonna get up out of this chair, like he just goes to run. And he starts off kind of slow, trying to get a feel for it, get a pace for the, offset with the, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg. And then, he starts to build up a head of steam, and then just does like a big loop, circles back around. He's kind of like leaning, left and right, see how much flexibility he's got. Comes back, slows down, comes back around, grabs the lance, kind of like, all right, I'm not like, yeah, kind of hold it like this, and like, couches the lance, and, makes a couple of like, he doesn't stab at anything, right? Just like trees and shit. But kind of couches it and, makes a couple of passes, as if he was gonna, stab something, and like trusting in the body seems to work. The body knows what it's supposed to do. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm not going to be a liability. I just, like 2 legs is fine. Like, if you're an illithid or, an ogre, an orc or whatever, like it, like functionally, that's all kind of the same. But he was a little nervous about, having the extra legs.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So you're clopping along, you're kicking up dirt, you're using that obsidian lance to kind of get into the feel of it or whatever. And you start kind of walking towards camp, and you hear 2 low growls as a couple of a very not welcoming wolves start sulking towards you and growling at you.
So what's the range on your power, Cam? And do we have to see each other, or is it just something that happens regardless of?
I want to see if it even mentions that with you, and you can speak to with them as long as you are within 1 mile. We got a mile.
Oh, okay. So he brings the lance down back off his shoulder. He's kind of holding it in a preparatory position, and he thinks out loud to the 3 of you. He says, so I'm coming back, and there's some big wolves out here. I'm like, they get a little antsy. I might need a hand.
Cam is gone. I'm just I am dead sprinting in your direction.
And he's fast too, because his legs are short and he's really close to the ground.
Yeah. Cam hears that out of character and squints.
Oh shit, did I say that in my head? Fuck. I should have said that out loud.
Yeah, I hear everything.
It's all reversed now.
My psychic whispers transcend character and meta.
He's talking to the wolves. He's coming really fast because he's really short.
Belzarn, I want you to roll me a perception check, please.
Ooh, I love to do these. Let me pull my sheet back up. My perception is +5, and I rolled a 12. That's 17.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you realize that these wolves haven't actually like approached you. So like they're in a stance, ready to strike. Their hair is up on end. One is a male and one is a female. And if you squint just enough, you see a small litter of young wolves that are in like a little like sleeping circle, and there's 3 of them. And you realize that the mother and father are just protecting their children from you.
Okay, so am I like absolutely walking back, and I'm kind of like where they are in the bushes?
Yeah, you instead of going right back the way you came, you kind of like go towards the camp, but you're also kind of off a little further than where you came in or where you went in, whatever.
Okay, so he man, do I have like a sheath for the lance or something?
You don't.
All right, so I think he throws it back over his shoulder and he puts his other hand up, and I can't put both hands up. And he just says out loud. Then he was like, "Hey, I didn't know. I'm gonna," and he kind of like sidles backwards over like a couple of steps. Cause I'm not gonna turn around. But like makes a visible show of like moving away from where the wolf pups are.
Mm-hmm.
And can horses walk backwards? I don't even know. Like in real life, I think so, right?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, they can. I don't know why I said I know. My mom used to have horses. Yes, they can.
Yeah. So then he will slowly sort of back away and see if they kind of back down.
Yeah, they don't. Their alarmness, the alarm that they have doesn't fade, but they also do not move.
Okay. Yeah.
Cam, are you still running? You're still running there.
Yeah, I mean,
you
as
wouldn't
long
know
as
it
that's
otherwise.
all he says, I'm just thinking he's in danger, so I'm running.
Yeah,
uh,
for sure.
so as I'm backing up, then I probably say false alarm. No, no worries. There's babies, wolf babies. I'm gonna come back.
There's babies. There's babies.
All right, we won't kill the babies.
No, they were sleeping. They were actually kind of cute, but the mom, dad, they were pissed. They were pissed off.
Yeah, right. I get it.
I think I might have almost stepped on them. Like I didn't even see them. I was just all in my head with all this everything.
All right, well, come back to the camp.
I'm on my way. Like if you want to
Okay.
meet me, like that's cool. Then I can like turn around because it's gonna take me longer because I'm kind of like half backwards. That's not as easy when you're a horse. Like
Yeah, it never looks right when a horse goes backwards. I can't imagine it feels right.
no, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it
But
looks
but
awkward.
it works. Surprisingly, it works. Who would have
Yeah.
thought?
You like
Yeah.
moonwalk backwards. All slimy.
Nah.
All right.
Yeah, so
So-
you meet you meet each other as you're kind of going back to the camp.
All right. You all right? You good?
Yeah, no, it's just fucking spooked me a little bit.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it's the horse part. I don't know. I mean, like, I was just walking and then they were there and they were growling.
All right. Good. Well, okay. And Cam kind of looks around like to make sure they're not following, and let's just get back to the. Yeah. Let's call it. Let's call it.
I think I need to go. Because those big cats are like they'll just follow you, like they'll just chase you. I appreciate you coming out, right? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
no problem. I think horses
they're just
sleep
chasing
standing
down.
up though, so I think there's no laying down for you. You're gonna be sleeping up, standing up, right?
No. You kind of shit. No, horses lay down. Yeah.
Do
No,
they?
I'll figure it out. Like, because you just gotta kind of like get these ones. Well, I'm not gonna do it now.
Yeah.
But
Well,
but I'll be on my side, I guess. Right? You gotta. I don't know.
yeah, I guess so.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what?
Really
I think
should
I'm
have
gonna
sent
need
like a horse video before all this.
Yeah. We need to research
All about
horse
the American
mechanics.
Yes,
I-
exactly.
Maybe we could craft like a sheath or something for this lance. Like it's cool. Like I felt like I got it right. Like it felt
Yeah,
pretty
like some
good.
kind of leather sleeve that you can just stick it in. You
Yeah.
sling it over your. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, then I only got one hand in, right? And I got like a right hand because I'm right-handed, so I want to hold it. And then like I can't do shit with my left hand, right? Like what am I gonna do?
Right.
Like, wave at everybody? Like
Yeah, no, you don't want to be doing that.
I don't know.
We'll find some leather. Maybe Toto or Tamara can like, magic something up. I don't know how that
Nope.
works.
There you go. Maybe.
Yeah, sure, I could try.
Oh, forgot.
Where the fuck did he come from?
Yeah.
Jesus.
We can just hear him talking because we're all connected.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing you guys the whole time.
Can any of your magic balls make like a leather sleeve for his lance?
Oh, everything about that sentence is so.
Yeah, I was like,
wrong.
man, take it out of context.
It's my.
It's gonna
It's
be
the-
weird
it's
putting
the-
this
it's-
into a podcast.
It's my favorite sentence I've ever said. So-
Just the
I'm
whole
gonna put that
thing.
as my
Just
ringtone.
context. Like,
no,
Exactly.
I don't want it. I don't want it out there.
word choice. Word choice.
I chose my words carefully.
Yeah.
I stand by what I said.
Content warnings.
Yes, exactly.
All righty. Well, then, on that note.
And this is all Tamron. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yep. It's all in character. Well,
What is that? Archer or whatever? They're like, so we're not doing phrasing now.
Oh,
mm,
yeah. I watch a lot of that. Yes, phrasing. He gets so pissed. Never mind. I digest.
Yeah. That's right.
You purgest?
Yes, I do.
yeah. Okay. Well, we should probably get some rest.
Cameron's already asleep. She's like, fuck this.
Can you turn this thing off?
This shit that
Jesus,
I'm hearing.
how
Yeah.
long does
How
this
many more
last?
hours are left on this fucking psychic whisper bullshit?
She's still
Quaff is deep in a sleep, snoring loudly.
Right.
lovely.
Fuck, I guess we're not gonna
Yeah.
sleep now.
Can your
Yeah.
magic balls create like a CPAP or something?
I don't want any of that either.
Like, there's.
I mean, they're magical.
Make like one of those astronaut helmets where you can breathe in it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can only make sound, unfortunately. I can't take it away.
Could you make some brown noise maybe to like wash that out?
When did we ever give the impression that we just magic things into existence? I'm just curious. When did that
And
start?
at that point, he actually takes one of the orbs and then like
The what now?
just kind of like poofs it, and like he makes like a little dog in his hand. He's like, I mean, I can
Ooh.
kind of do that. That's
Yeah.
and then back into the orb.
Nice.
So Taryn like looks at that and she just goes and creates a tiny hut and walks into it. Just silent, like just doesn't even say anything. Just I'm gonna go to sleep.
I feel like that's warranted.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I
checks
could
out.
probably do that if I wanted to. I just didn't wanna.
I think she can still hear you, Toda.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't
so do
think-
you all go to sleep?
Should we post a
yes.
watch?
Yeah, I think I mean, probably yeah. Let's not bother Tamron. Maybe give her the night to sort of just not be around it.
That's fair. I think that's fair. So who wants first watch? I mean, I'll take it if you don't want. It doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. You could take first. Toda, you want to take second, and I'll take third.
Sure.
And then we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
We do it.
Okay.
We all take watch.
All right. So I'm
We
sorry. who was
Leave
taking the
Tamron the fuck alone.
first one?
You just hear Calgon take me away.
The lights in the little house magically click
Yeah,
off.
that was
Stork.
Mhm.
There's an audible,
sorry,
like
who did-
massive wooden, log going across the door and lock it. Click, 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 click.
Yes, exactly. So who's taking first watch?
Me.
All right, Belzarin. Do me a perception check, please.
All right. Ooh, that one's only what is it? 15. I think that's actually a 16 still. It is 11 plus 5.
Okay. All right. So yeah, during your watch, like absolutely nothing happens. It's dead quiet. You can hear little bits of things like crickets and some frogs and stuff like that, but nothing else seems to move. Everything seems very, very serene in the darkness.
I think because it's so boring, like he occasionally finds himself nodding off, kind of like snaps his head back up again, and then wonders like, well, how's that gonna work? Because I'm kind of like standing here. If I like fall asleep on my feet, like am I gonna fall over? It's like shit. Just slap himself a couple times, kind of get himself all squared away, and then after a little bit, his head starts to bob again, and he like head
The horse.
snaps up.
The The horse body stands up, but your human body just hangs.
That's natural.
Or like back, like you just like leaning back on the horse body. That's the
Ah, my
weirdest
neck
thing.
is killing me.
I just want you to understand that you can't even get in the tiny hut, even if you wanted to.
No, no.
Belzarin, I want you to roll me an Arcana check, please.
Ooh, all right. Let me see what that is. Oh, I don't have that. Ah, fuck! I rolled a 19.
Oh,
Nice.
very
Oh.
nice. Okay. So you kind of start to doze off. You wake up a little bit. And then you start to doze off again. And then all of a sudden it feels like it sounds like you hear like a song. Like a very like soft, beautiful song. And you look around and you're like trying to hear for it. Is it in the trees? Is it in the tiny hut? Is it in the fire? You can't
Not in the
you
hut.
can't really tell. You can't really tell where it's coming from. And then you look down and you see that your lance is making a noise. It is making this lovely tune. And it's notes. It's not actually words, it's notes.
It's a vibe.
I'm sorry, what's that?
It's a whole vibe.
It is. And it even though it doesn't speak to you personally, you feel you feel your centaur body like almost get like a warm like fuzzy sensation like a nice hug, or like when like a brother says they love you or something like that. And
You'd pick it up.
So you kind of pick it up and you feel it in your hands, and it vibrates and it makes that sound, and you have this little scene in your head that you can see as you're kind of staring off into the distance, and it looks like hundreds of centaurs running down a valley, and some are racing, some are bumping into each other and laughing, some are scowling and have this look of determination as these hundreds of centaurs run down this valley, up a hill, look over the edge of this hill and see this beautiful body of water that almost looks like what to us is an ocean. And there's hundreds more centaurs bathing in this water. And it gives off this like purplish obsidian glow. And a thought comes to your head and it says family, and you snap back into where you're at. So now anytime you decide to throw that lance, you will get advantage on all throws.
Nice. I think the lance is more of a charging weapon,
Mm-hmm.
right? As opposed
But
to spear.
I know you can throw it as well. So how about this? How about you can decide if you want it to be a charging weapon, you can. If you want it to be a distance weapon, you can. You have to pick one of those to have advantage, and that will be your advantage.
I'm gonna say charge, because it's two-handed, and then
Yep.
he would just couch it and charge.
Yep.
Right,
sounds
because he's
good.
a horse, right?
Yeah, for sure. But you do have a human body that can throw it too. So
Yeah.
but yes, no, that sounds great. Yep. So you'll have an advantage against all attacks when you charge.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah. So after that is whoever's next. I'm sorry, I didn't know the order.
Cam. No,
Yep.
Stoda.
Toda.
Are you sure?
Okay.
All right.
Wasn't
All right,
it?
Toda,
Right?
why don't you roll me a perception check, please?
All right. I am obviously great at that. I know, of course not.
I'm guessing you didn't roll very well.
I'm an adventurer. Well, with my bonus, that's a 2.
Okay. Nice. So you don't hear anything. You're looking, just kind of doing your thing too. Maybe you're actually like experimenting with your magic. Let's say that instead of the thing I was going to say. And you're just kind of trying to figure out different ways to, use your magic with the balls that you have and stuff like that. And you hear right next to your ear, would you like to play with me?
And he'll like snap around.
Yeah. So like literally face to face with you
Yeah.
is a child that looks like they're like 7 years old.
So about the same size. Oh, well, no, because I'm an elf. Say, okay, you're a very close talker, and he'll kind of like take the child and like move them back a little bit to arm's length.
Okay. As you go to grab them and pick them up, they flash fangs and go to bite you in the arm.
Oh, cool. Can I make that not happen?
Yes. Please roll to make that not happen.
What would I do for? Are we looking at like a dex or?
I say however you feel. You can make it be a strength thing. You can make it be a dex thing. That's up to you.
I'll have it be a dex thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll dex for me.
7.
Oh, it might be happening.
Adventure.
It might...
Oh no, Toad is a vampire now.
Yep. So you go to pick this child up, and it has razor sharp teeth, and you don't realize the blood red eyes it has as it sinks its mouth deep into your wrist, and that's what we're gonna call it.
Oh no! Oh no! It's Vampire Toda.
Oh.
Hey, well, if
Toda.
you're gonna
I
be
like
undead,
that.
then you can maybe like put in a word for us with the other undead guys. It all works
Hey,
out.
there we go.
Yeah,
That's
you
super
look
how that
like-
works, I
like
bet.
our ace in the hole.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write down vampire next to gnome.
You're gonna have a lot going on.
Right?
No.
See, Todas
I
are in with the
believe I
undead,
can fly.
and Tamarins are in with the goddess.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's it. We've
Got this
all
unlocked.
bases
The
covered.
conduit thing.
Yep.
Yep. I'm sure it'll work out just fine.
I just
You don't even
really-
need Bazaar and a camp. What do you guys?
Well,
just go
we'll
off
kill
of-
everybody when it goes bad.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I just love that Tamarin's in a tiny hut, just like
Yeah.
Oblivious.
Yep.
She's like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Closes the shades. I don't give a fuck. Close the shades.
Nope. Nope. She's making
Not my
sourdough
problem.
bread, just hanging out.
oh man, Toda.
I make all the good decisions.
How can I make
George
that not
Probably.
happen?
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening.
Which is funny because I was like, you could just like back off and run away, but you're like, I'm gonna pick up this child that's right next to me. I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing that for?
I mean, I thought it was just a little kid.
presenting
With
a
red
target.
eyes.
I was a little vampire kid.
Oh, Toda.
He'll be bloodshot.
So,
Yeah.
so
Probably
Toda
got
was-
allergies.
yeah.
Poor little homeless kid.
Yeah. Toto was acting like a kid would act. I mean, it makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Can you get
I am
them
a
away from me?
grown
Ow,
adult
ow, ow,
adventurer.
ow.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, you are. You're a great old great little
You're a
adventurer.
big adventurer.
Put your adventurer pants on. You know you do. All right, everybody. Thank you for playing. Thank you, everybody, for watching and or listening when we come out with this on the podcast. We got lots of things going on. We're playing Noir. We're playing we're still doing D&D on the MFG Cast podcast as well. We're doing some board game stuff. As of this live recording or whatever, we're actually taking a couple of weeks off just because my family's going on vacation and I don't want to think about the podcast. So we're just going to let that sit off to the side for a little bit, but we should be back very soon. Until then, thank you very much and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.